Hello everybody and welcome back to Lost Planeswalker. You're here with me, Jesse, the Lost Planeswalker, and today I'm doing a Felix 5 Boots Commander deck. He is the co-commander in the Gaunty Steal Your Stuff Commander deck, and he is very cool. So let's dive right in and see how Felix 5 Boots works. 2 black, green, blue, legendary creature Ooze Rogue with Menace and War 2. If a creature you control dealing combat damage to a player causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Now this is pretty great, actually. Felix is a very powerful commander. He's an engine piece, basically. All of your other cards just get amplified, and boy, is there a lot of good stuff you can do. So let's talk about how this deck is going to be divided up. We have 2 different sections. We have the first section covering all of the cards that have double triggers with Felix on the board here. And then we have a good stuff category with some great additions to the deck and some fun flavor. So let's dive right in and start looking at some of those cards that are going to give us double triggers. And of course, one of the most important things in any blue deck is card draw. So that's what our first category is about. We have Aura Frostfang, Reconnaissance Mission, and the Indomitable. Aura Frostfang is 3 green snow creature snake with attacking creatures you control have death touch, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Well, this is kind of perfect, giving all of our creatures evasion, and in addition, we're going to draw multiple cards for each creature that hits. It just means that we're going to find whatever we need. Reconnaissance Mission here is very similar to blue enchantment. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. We don't get the benefit of giving stuff death touch, but if you are later in the game and have enough of these effects on the board, you can just cycle it for 2 and draw a different card instead. And then we have the Indomitable, 2 blue legendary artifact vehicle with trample. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. You can crew it for 3, and you may cast it from your graveyard for as long as you control 3 or more tapped pirates and or vehicles. So now let's look at the next category, which is casting stuff from Exile, which is very fun. And the cards I have here are Atrata the Silencer, Fallen Shinobi, and Rogue Class. Atrata the Silencer is 2 blue-black legendary creature Vampire Assassin with this creature can't be blocked. When this card deals combat damage to a player, exile target creature that player controls and put a hit counter on it. Then that player loses the game if they can own 3 or more exiled cards with hit counters on them. Atrata's owner shuffles Atrata into their library. Pretty cool creature. If we can get this through enough times, we're going to be able to take out opponents very easily. Fallen Shinobi, one of my favorite ninjas. 3 blue-black ninjutsu for 2 blue-black. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top 2 cards of their library. Until end of turn, you may play those cards without paying their mana cost. Very powerful effect. Being able to do 4 is actually even better. Who would have thought? And then Rogue Class, blue-black. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library face down. You may look at it for as long as it remains exiled. 1 blue-black creatures you control have Menace, and 2 blue-black you may play cards exiled with Rogue Class, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to do so. All very cool effects that are going to give us some cool advantage by using our opponent's stuff. Next, we have Grow Them Creatures. Obviously, we want to hit to get those benefits, but there's a lot of cool ways, especially with green, in order to grow those creatures to be very big. We have Khazar, Ruthless Stalker, Conclave Sledge Captain, and Necropolis Regent. Khazar is 3 green legendary creature human warrior, and you partner it with Ukima Stalking Shadow, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. It's a slow grow, but it's definitely worthwhile. Conclave Sledgehammer is 5 and green creature elephant soldier with backup 1, backup 1, backup 1, meaning we can put 3 counters on 3 creatures. We get trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Very strong effect that is going to make some of our biggest creatures, maybe a creature with evasion, even bigger and deal even more damage. And then Necropolis Regent is 3 black creature vampire flying. Whenever creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Very similar effect, but this is just everything. You know, you're paying 3 black pips, and that's kind of high, you know, black pip quantity to cast, so you're sure to get a good effect, but pretty cool. And the last one before we go through the rest of the cards is destroying artifacts and enchantments. There's a lot of great ways on hits to do so. So first off, we have Glissa Sunslayer, Springleaf Avenger, and Trigon Predator. Glissa Sunslayer is 1 black-green legendary creature Phyrexian zombie elf. That's a mouthful. It has first strike and death touch, and whenever it deals combat damage, choose one. You draw a card and lose 1 life, destroy target enchantment, or remove up to 3 counters from a target permanent. Springleaf Avenger is 3 green creature insect ninja with a ninja for 3 and a green. When Springleaf Avenger deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card from your grave to your hand. Get back some of our best stuff that was either destroyed or milled or whatever. And then Trigon Predator is 1 green-blue creature beast with flying, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. But now let's get through the rest of them. There's a bunch of other cards here that were just fantastic and give you all these double triggers. So starting out, we have Aberrant, Ashling the Extinguisher, Bident of Thassa, Cold-Eyed Selkie, Drana, Liberator of Malakir, Driven in Despair, Giant Ataphage, Grim Hireling, Ikra Shadik the Usurper, Ink Eyes Servant of Oni, Kodama of the West Tree, Malcolm Alluring Scoundrel, Ogier, Kazlam Deepest Growth, Predator's Hour, Rankle Master of Pranks, Shadow Mage Infiltrator, Stolen Identity, Sword of Feast and Famine, Sword of Forged Frontier, Sword of Hearth and Home, Thada Adel Acquisitor, Tiny Bones the Pickpocket, Toski Bear of Secrets, Trash the Town, Ukima Stalking Shadow, Veraska joins up, Wand of Orcus, and Rite of Return. So now we're going to look at some other good stuff cards, but before we do so, I just want to say, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. It would mean the world to me. So first off, we got Felix 5 boots. We got to give him 5 different boots. This is just kind of a flavor fun. There's a lot of great boots in Magic, and some that'll help us avoid some stuff. So first off, we have Lava Spur boots, Lightning Greaves, Swiftfoot boots, Trailblazers boots, and Wing boots. Lava Spur boots gives haste and ward 1. Lightning Greaves gives creature haste and shroud. Swiftfoot boots gives a creature hexproof and haste. Trailblazers boots makes it so a creature can't be blocked if an opponent controls a non-basic land. And Winged boots, equipped creature has flying and ward 4. All great boots, all very powerful and fun. But let's look at those other 3 cards I want to talk about that are just some general good stuff that didn't really fit in the other category. We have Alpha Authority, Culling Ritual, and Decanter of Endless Water. So Alpha Authority is 1 in a green enchantment aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature has hexproof and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. This is pretty cool because we have some great things that, are still going to be able to get through, or maybe we want to, get some good effects. Maybe we're going to pump them up, do whatever. Making it so only 1 thing can block them is going to prevent our opponents from killing it. Culling Ritual is 2 black-green sorcery destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Add black or green for each permanent destroyed this way. Yeah, we play in a game where there's a lot of treasure tokens, clue, food, you name it, including little, soldiers, who knows, whatever. This is going to get you a lot of mana pretty much any point in the game you play it, so it's a no-brainer. And then Decanter of Endless Water is 3 generic artifact. You have no maximum hand size. Tap it to add 1 mana of any color. We have a ton of cards that are just going to draw us so many more additional cards, so having something that gives us no max hand size is definitely worthwhile. But the rest of the good stuff cards I have is an Offer You Can't Refuse, Arcane Denial, Arcane Signet, Assassin's Trophy, Beast Within, Counterspell, Cultivate, Farseek, Feed the Swarm, Heroic Intervention, Infernal Grasp, Kodama's Reach, Malakir Rebirth, Nature's Lore, Pognify, Reliquary Tower, Rogue's Passage, and Soul Ring. And with that, I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some inspiration from Felix. He's a pretty straightforward commander. There are so many creatures or, enchantments or vehicles, whatever, that just give you great benefits for hitting, that Felix is kind of a no-brainer. You could pretty much build this deck however, and I think it's going to be very strong. Felix is a little bit more expensive at 5 mana. He does have the, added benefit of Ward 2, so he's going to be a little harder to remove, but all the cards you're playing are just going to be good, and this is going to be a fun deck. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this. Is there, some card or group of cards you would consider including in this deck? I would love to hear so, or what you think about the cards I decided to add to this deck. In addition, if you could share this video with a friend, subscribe, and leave a like, that would mean the world to me, so thank you, thank you, thank you. And today's Scryfall card of the day is Death Greeter. The bones of your allies grant wisdom, the bones of your enemies grant strength, and the bones of dragons grant eternal life. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you later, Planeswalkers.